So this is going to be a different type of nitpick because it's going to be a slightly lengthy discussion of the fictional in-game firearm manufacturers, the thing that they wanted to lean heavily into when promoting the launch of this game. So the first nitpick is that this is Bryson. I believe at MW19, Bryson was established as making the Remington 700, so they made Remington firearms. This is a Mossberg firearm, and it's made by the exact same fictional manufacturer that makes the Remington weapons. That's kind of wonk. This should be a different manufacturer. Moving on to attachments. This, in a better world, would be made by the exact same fictional firearm manufacturer that makes this firearm. But in this world, this should be made by Bryson, not Lockwood. Because this is like the handguard that comes with some variations of the Mossberg 590. Sometimes manufacturers do use like other manufacturers to help make attachments for their gun to sell, but not all the time, and I believe not with Mossberg at least. So that's kind of wonk. Moving on to third-party attachments. This is made by FSS. This one's made by Schlager. And now, changing the skin, this one's made by X10. Same exact model of pistol grip, no changes in design. And these are well-established firearm manufacturers in this game, so of course there'd be copyright issues. But that's like, too deep into like in-game lore, so that wouldn't necessarily matter. But it's not unrealistic too, because sometimes there's exact copies of attachments by third parties that are either for OEM parts or other well-established third-party attachment designers. So it's not unrealistic that they're exact same, but in a better world, this would be a different model, and X10 would use their own pistol grip, because this is made by X10, this pistol grip right here. So they'd use that and keep the stock the same. Because, it's the exact same length from the stock adapter to the point of attachment of the gun. So that would be, in a better world, they would have done that, and they actually kind of should have done that, because that would make more sense, instead of having the exact same, design made by a different manufacturer. Which doesn't necessarily make sense, but is not unrealistic in real life, and also would be too much, stuff to unpack, because that's just in-game lore. Oh, FSS is suing Schlager for making a copy of their pistol grip. But yeah, moving on. This is made by Schlager as well, so they're also fire manufacturers, not just attachment manufacturers. But this is the exact same receiver as the original one. It's an exact copy. Everything on it. That doesn't make any sense. And this is made by Mako. And another thing, this is made by FJX. FJX is now established as Shade Tech because they, the Imperium is FJX Imperium. So that means they make the intervention in this game. Expedite is Benelli in this game. XRK is Glock in this game. So that means all these big manufacturers are making exact copies of the Scar L in this game. That's kind of wonk. What they should have done is kept, receiver manufacturers to, the main manufacturer, as well as third-party manufacturers. FJX can't make a Scar L copy, even though it's, possible, it would be cool if they made that, make sense in the real world. So, if there is a big manufacturer that makes, a slightly, different-looking gun but works basically the exact same and almost compatible parts, it would make sense if, they did that with this, but it should be a different model for the receiver, not the exact same. And every single time they use that third-party manufacturer, which they can BS the crap out of because it's a third-party manufacturer, we don't have to give crap, they could have just made it a different receiver. I kind of hate that they don't, and I hate that a lot because it would have given us a cool, explanation to, different receivers in this game. Model changes. And it would also give us model changes, because MW19 had a model change for every single weapon, and some having more than one. Actually, I think maybe one weapon didn't have one or two weapons didn't have a model change, but a lot did. And they're either minor changes, and sometimes even sub-changes. The M4 having 3, because it had the XRK, blocky one, which was styled by the Knight's Upper, and then it had a skeletonized version. This, and also for the SR25, is the only model change of the game, and they only changed the lower receiver. that's sad that we don't have any model changes for receivers yet. Like, why? Why have we gone from, like, one model change per weapon to Mastercrafts that are, like, unique all around, from Vanguard and Cold War, to two model changes in existence for this game? And it just changes the low receiver. Why? That just sucks. And it could have been cool because, like, it would make sense that, like, say, like, X10, they're established as a third-party manufacturer. They don't make weapons, but they do also make weapons. But they would make, like, a different receiver. It wouldn't look the exact same as Tempest's. And every single time they make it, like, a weapon that's made by Tempest, it would look the exact same because that's the exact, like, manufacturer for the default one. It's kind of sad, but I mean, hey, it's whatever, So that's kind of it with the nitpick and, like, firearm stuff. A bunch of useless lore that would be funny, but it's nothing that, like, matters in gameplay. But I still just would prefer since they leaned heavily into this, that they make it make sense. Yeah.